that have been watching Live at the Waterhole for quite some time, you would remember me. It has been a little while since I have been on the show. Life's been very, very busy. But it's good to be back. Looking forward to the next 2 hours and seeing what we can find today. Just a reminder that the show is live and interactive, so please do send through your questions and comments. You can do so on our website, or you can join the conversation on X using the hashtag WildEarth. I'll be happy to answer any other questions that you might have for me today. CD's Beanie saying greetings Chad, WildEarth crew and chatters. Happy Thursday. Happy Thursday to you. Joan Mello, good Thursday WildEarth and Chad. Good Thursday to you. Thanks very much for joining in once again. And it's quite amazing to be back after, I think it's probably been about a month or so since I have been on Live at the Waterhole and just been chatting to some of the other naturalists, seeing what's been happening. And apparently here where we are at the moment currently, Ukuguyu in Namibia has been very, very productive. Earlier on when I did log in, there was quite a large herd of elephants that was around. They do seem to have moved off, but there's a nice beautiful big herd of springbok that are coming down to this water. And I think because it's getting very, very dry in a lot of areas. Obviously, we are here in the southern hemisphere, coming to the middle of winter. It is getting very, very dry in certain parts of the country, or most parts of the country, I should say. And yeah, up in Etosha National Park, this is one of the waterholes that predominantly will have water all the time. So a lot of the animals are moving into this area just because there's a constant flow of water. Yeah, we will keep an eye on the feed here at Ukuguyu, see if maybe those elephants do come back at some point. But for now, why don't we head over to Tower Lodge and see what's happening there. I'm talking of elephants. There's 3 young elephant bulls that have joined us here at Tower Lodge coming down towards the water. See, it almost looks like the 2 on the right seem very similar in age, and they almost look like they're sizing one another up. So there is actually a small herd of elephants there in the front. I can just see a youngster. And what often happens is you'll find that younger elephant bulls, such as these 2 right at the back here, they often will follow a herd of elephants. just because at a certain age of around about 18 years or so, 18 years old is when they do get kicked out of the herd. And just by judging at the size of those elephants, they probably are somewhere around 18 years old, maybe a little bit younger, but they will start to get kicked out, and they're not ready to leave the herd, so they'll often be right at the back, just spending time sort of on the outskirts of the herd. They're not really ready to be by themselves. Well, Jokies, you are asking, does the waterhole at Ukuguya get bigger over summer? So you visited last July and surface area of water looked a lot smaller. Yeah, 100%. So it will get much larger during the summer times just because the summertime is our rainy season. So just depending on the amount of rainfall that the area would have will depend on how big and how much water that waterhole will have. So, I mean, maybe last year there was just a lower amount of rainfall, and that's why there wasn't too much water around. So, Nath, you're saying these are amazing? Elephants are always amazing. Love to see elephants, and it's also been a little while since I've actually been into the bush, so it is quite nice to see some animals once again. Sure. Bit of a sandstorm that's happening. Does also seem like the water here at Tau Lodge in Madikwe has also dropped quite a lot since I was last on live at the Waterhole. Beautiful ostrich. Always nice just to have also those silent moments on live at the Waterhole and just listen to all the different bird calls that we can hear in the background. Just take it all in. The warthog that's just walking across the screen now. But I was saying while we were at Okuguya that there was some elephants. They do seem to have come back. So why don't we head over to Okuguya and see what they're up to. Oh, magnificent to see elephants here. It's actually my first time to see elephants here at Ukuguyu. we're quickly going to head over to Jabulani, where we have a predator. Suspense is killing me already. Oh, there we go. We crossed for the helmeted guinea farm. No, I'm just joking. There's a beautiful spotted hyena that's resting there in the shade. Does look like it has quite a big belly on it. It might be that this hyena has maybe fed on something, come down to the water to help with digestion. And now, during the midday, just resting up, relaxing around the water. You see it's found a nice little bit of shade. You can just rest. Trying to see what that is. Looks could be an impala. Maybe an impala or an inyala. But that might answer the question of that hyena was very full. And so you might find that this hyena will feed and rest, feed and rest, feed and rest from that carcass. Maybe there's even a small crocodile. It is just quite a strange spot to have a carcass. So I wonder if maybe a leopard had a carcass close by in a tree and it fell. That hyena took the opportunity, or maybe there was a crocodile that killed it. But often if a crocodile does kill it, they keep it in the water. They wouldn't really store it on the side of the water. Mr. Hyena is back, indeed. I don't know if this hyena has maybe been on the live at the waterhole for the last couple of days. I unfortunately have been pretty busy, so I haven't been able to follow. I mean, you can see that he does look pretty relaxed. Also quite a nice angle to see those pads of the spotted hyena. Often people can mistaken hyena tracks for leopard tracks, but the hyena, they've actually got two lobes. So at the bottom of their pad, they've got two lobes, whereas a cat, a leopard, a lion, cheetah, they've got three lobes at the bottom. Also, the hyena's pad is a little bit slanted, so you can see it's at a bit of an angle. And then also the toes of a hyena are sort of oval or teardrop shaped, whereas a cat is more or a lot more rounded. So those are often the things that you look out for when tracking. Also, it's quite difficult to see, but if you look closely on that top paw, you can see the claws. So hyenas, their claws are non-retractable, which means that they can't bring their claws in. They're always out, so you often will always then see the claws of the hyena in the track, whereas the leopard's got retractable claws. And so you'll only see them in very soft sand or if they're running. You see how that hyena's ears are constantly moving around, always listening out for what's happening around them. But extremely good hearing. You can often pick up the slightest of noises. And see, even those guinea fowls came down to the water to have a quick drink. Maybe even to give themselves a little bath. It definitely could be a crocodile. That could be in this water that might have killed this. I think it might be an Inyala. It just looks a little bit more shaggy, the coat, compared to an Impala, but I could also be a little bit wrong. It's just my assumptions for now. Maybe if somebody was watching and they do know any more information about this carcass, they can maybe let us know. Jamie K, you're asking, do hyenas have better sight or smell? Will they find another predator carcass from listening? So, Jamie K, they definitely have a better smell than they do sight, but in saying that, their sight is still extremely good. I mean, they do, obviously, they are nocturnal, so they're active during the night time. So their eyesight does still have to be extremely good. But, I mean, they can hear other predators' carcasses. It's often you'll hear the crunching of the bones. So, I mean, that's what the hyena will hear, and then it will make the move to where they can hear the crunching. Because, I mean, if it's a leopard up in a tree, that leopard will be crunching the bones, and there'll be small little bits that will fall off. And then sometimes the leopard has to reposition the carcass in the tree, and that carcass might then fall out. So they'll often then wait at the bottom. Just be very, very patient. While this hyena does rest up and try and digest a little bit of that carcass, why don't we head back over to Okukuyo to see what those elephants are up to. Oh, beautiful to have these elephants in the water here. Pretty special to see. And also imagine that it must get quite hot up in this region around Namibia. The evenings and mornings, I'm sure, are pretty chilly. But during the midday, I can only imagine the temperatures probably get up to 25 or 30 degrees Celsius. quite a number of springboks also coming down to the water to have a drink. Darkman lovers, hello WildEarth, Africam and Chad, thank you for another live at the Waterhole show. Welcome back, Chad, and thank you for hosting this fantastic show. It's only my pleasure, Darkman lover. Thank you very much for always sending through your comments, questions, and for being one of the long following WildEarth members. It does look like this is just 4 elephant bulls. So very similar to what I was saying with those elephants at Tau Lodge, is that these elephants could have been following that herd of elephants that was here a little bit earlier on. They might just, when they do leave, head in the same direction, which was off to the left-hand side where that herd of elephants did go. For now, we're going to leave these elephants resting here around Ukuguya. Let's head over to Aldonye and see what could come down to drink. Beautiful giraffe. Quite a young male that is deciding whether it's okay to come and drink, if it's maybe safe. Giraffe is really contemplating if it is safe to drink or not. While we do wait for that. Hey, 40 is saying good afternoon, Chad. Lovely to hear your voice again. Do you know when you'll be back in Juma? Hey, 40, unfortunately, I don't know when I will be back at Juma. I have been pretty busy in Johannesburg with new business, so I'm not sure, but I'll definitely get onto it and see if there is any available spots. Maybe I can head over there. I would be very keen to get down back to Juma. Juliet, you saying hi, Chad. Good to hear your voice again. Just dropping in between chores to enjoy the peace. Bring on the giraffes if I haven't missed them already. Juliet, you're just in time for the giraffes. I was just waiting for you to log on before we did bring the giraffes, but I'm glad you timed it to perfection. Come on, giraffe, do it for all of us. It seems like it is quite windy up in Old Donyu in Kenya, and maybe that's why this giraffe is a little bit nervous. Come on, giraffe, do it for all the viewers. Really does want to, but I mean, you can. If you think about it, giraffes are very vulnerable when they do drink. And they're bending their necks all the way down. They're in quite a vulnerable position. So, I mean, with there being quite a lot of cover and trees and things like that around here, if there are predators waiting for this giraffe to drink, that would be a good opportunity for lions to hunt. So there needs to make 100% certain that it's all safe and sound around there before it then does start to drink. And he's saying, drink, drink, drink. At least we got some. Hey, Footsy, you saying that you don't think you've ever seen such a nervous giraffe? Yeah, the thing is, giraffes generally, when they do drink, they are quite nervous. But I mean, I think also because it is a little bit windy, and when it's quite windy, animals do tend to be a lot more nervous. They can't really smell anything that might be close by. They can't hear too well, so it does put them, or it does get them a little bit on edge. Juliet saying thank you Chad for granting my wish. This water looks very low. Does it only rely on rain or can it be pumped? Juliet, this waterhole, it can be pumped, so I'm sure they will pump it to fill it up just a little bit more, but there's still sufficient water around there. Mindy, you saying giraffe drinking is your favorite thing to watch in the bush? It is very special to watch giraffes drink out in the bush. It's not something you see all the time because, I mean, giraffes, they're not very water dependent. So to see them drinking is very special. Oh, well, that's perfect timing because that giraffe has now just wandered off. So why don't we head over to Tower Lodge and see what else has come down to drink. a beautiful herd of elephants that came down to join us. And it is pretty low water levels. I mean, there is still quite a lot of water around here. I know it is lower than usual. And in the dry season, it is expected to drop quite significantly. Such a beautiful sight, having all these elephants around with the beautiful backdrop of the mountain. Mindy, asking how low would it have to go to prompt the crocodiles to move? So, Mindy, the thing is, crocodiles they obviously need enough space for them to go under the water and be stealthy. They're looking to hunt. So I mean, if there's not too much water around for the likes of like fish and that to be in the water to sustain them, then that would push them to move out. Also, if the water's getting too small, then there might be competition between two different crocodiles, so that might push then one to move out. There's a couple of different factors that can push crocodiles to move out. nice to also be joined by some zebras that come down to the water. Even some wildebeest there in the background. There's always quite a lot of different species that we see here around Tau Lodge. See those wildebeest in the background there are just enjoying the midday sun rays. Sure it's not too hot. They're just relaxing, taking in the nice breeze. Yeah, we spent some good time here at Tau Lodge with these elephants, zebras, and the wildebeest. But why don't we head over back to Jabulani and see what's happening with that young hyena? Very, very flat, that hyena. It also seems like the guinea fowls have decided to take a nice rest in the shade. Bundu asking, can you tell if it's male or female from that position? So, Bundu, it is very difficult to tell male or female hyenas. So, the female hyena is a lot larger compared to the male, but they also both they have the female has what we call a pseudo penis, which is almost it's a fake penis, and so it is very tough to just tell by looking at the hyena like that to say, okay, it's a male or it's a female. Generally, size can tell you, but also it does look like it is a little bit of a younger hyena. So, I mean, personally, I wouldn't just say, okay, it looks like a female because it's smaller. Maybe if it was an adult, it might be a little bit easier to tell. Excuse me, but it is something very difficult for guides to be able to just say when they see a hyena from a distance, okay, it's a female or a male. So I wouldn't say, okay, it's a female. It also doesn't look like that carcass is too old. I mean, maybe not even 2 days old. And if it was sitting there in the sun for 2 days, if it was 2 days old, you'd see a lot more dry sort of meat. It still looks very fresh. Sure, lots and lots and lots of guinea fowls that have arrived here. Doesn't seem like this hyena's gonna do too much for now. But we'll keep an eye on the feed and see what does happen. But for now, why don't we head over to Old Donyu and see what's happening. How beautiful is that? Nice, beautiful, big elephant bull. Has sadly lost one of his tusks, but still that one tusk is very, very impressive. And the giraffes also come down to join us. Always incredible to see such big elephants, and everybody always wonders, is it a tusker? I mean, a tusker is an elephant that's tusk weigh more than 100 pounds, which is about 45 kilograms, if I'm not mistaken. And so, I mean, I'm sure it can be a tusker if he's only got one tusk. The other tusk would most likely be very, very similar in size. I mean, that tusk could have come off, could have been from a fight, he could have even lost it at quite a young age. Many different reasons for losing a tusk. Giraffe seems like it wants to share the water. Oh, let's head over to Jabul. Let's maybe spend a little bit more time here. This will be quite amazing if they both drink at the same time. such a beautiful scene to just watch, and there's no need for me really to talk over this, so we'll just take in these two majestic animals drinking. Moonbeamy Smith is saying, "Oh, that's a new one for me, squatting rather than legs wide apart." So I think it's just because it's a different angle that we're looking at the giraffe that it looks very different. But if you're looking at it from the front, their legs are still very spread apart, and they do then just sort of squat down a little bit. Welcome back, everybody, and it's great to have everybody with us. Just a reminder that this show is live and interactive, so please do keep your questions coming through. You can use the hashtag WildEarth on X. You can join the conversation on our YouTube channel. If you would like to subscribe, you can do so on our website. It's just been magnificent having these two majestic animals coming down to drink at the same time here at Old Donyu Lodge in Kenya. While Jokies is saying, watering hole, lookout buddies. Absolutely. I'm actually quite surprised that that elephant didn't sort of shake its head at the giraffe, because a lot of the time elephants, they don't like other animals being too close to them when they are drinking. So I was a little bit surprised, but nice of that elephant to not get aggressive with the giraffe and allow it to have its drink. We got a beautiful time here at Old Danyu with this elephant and the giraffe that just moved off. Why don't we head back over to Jabulani and check in with our hyena? Well, our hyena has found a friend. Does seem like there's another one that has joined her. Maybe that hyena's gonna go have a quick drink. Oh, no. It's finding a different spot to rest. And I'm sure it does get, your body can get quite stiff from sitting or lying in one position. So it's always nice for the hyena just to stand up and move around a little bit. It is also quite nice to be able to spend some time with these hyenas, even though you're not doing too much. Sometimes when you do see hyenas, it's quite a quick sighting, running across the road or running down the road away from you. You can see this one, it's still got quite a lot of fluff, or as you call it, the baby fur. It is also a young one. Also, if you look at the back legs, you can see how dark they are still. When hyenas are born, they are black in color. And as they do grow older, they then start to lose that black fur. How amazing is that? This hyena maybe just cooling off a little bit. I'm sure it can be quite hot if they are just relaxing in the sun. But you often do find hyenas rolling around in the water or lying in the water. There we go. Our question's been answered for us. It is a male impala. Couldn't see the head a little bit earlier, but now that the hyenas moved it away from the bank, we are able to see there. that other hyenas coming to join in. And we're communicating there. Vicky, you asking, do the hyenas in this area hunt or scavenge more? So, oh, there's 3 hyenas now. Oh, 4, because there's one lying down there. Vicky, hyenas, they do mostly hunt. I mean, they will scavenge. The thing is, if the opportunity is there for them to scavenge, they will then scavenge for sure. But, I mean, they do hunt. That slanted back of theirs, they're able to run long distances, so they'll often run their prey down. But I mean, if they're able to steal a carcass from a leopard or a cheetah or lions, they will definitely do that. It's, I mean, opportunistic. If the opportunity's there, they will take that opportunity with both hands. It was quite amazing to see the hyenas feeding on the feed, or on this live feed, live at the waterhole. Always nice to see different interactions and different sightings. And see now the 3 are just resting. Darkman Love is saying this lucky hyena has some food. Eat up. Definitely must eat up, because when these 3 get hungry, they're going to then have to fight over that last little bit of food. And you're also asking, how often do you see leopards or cheetahs on these cams? So, Darkman Lover, I've only ever seen 1 leopard on the cam. It was in the Bululi. So, I mean, it's not very, very often that you do see predators. I've seen leopard, I've seen hyena, I've seen lions, but I've personally never seen a cheetah. I'm not too sure if anybody else has maybe seen a cheetah on one of the feeds before. It's something very, very special to see. So it has been so very cool to see so many hyenas at once. Always nice to see lots of animals together, and nice to see a little clan of hyenas. Okay, I think let's leave these hyenas. They're not doing too much for now. Let's head back to Ukuguyu and see what's happening. Our beautiful herd of elephants has come down to join us. Such a nice, beautiful, peaceful scene here at Ukuguyu. It's one of my favorite places to just have a bit of a silent segment. Just keep quiet and just watch as the animals pass and these elephants have a nice drink. Barry asking, are there any predators that come to this waterhole? Barry, personally, I've never seen any predators at this waterhole, but there'll definitely be hyenas around this area. There'll be leopards, there'll be lions, there'll be cheetah. So you never know what could come down to the water to drink. Tina, you're asking if elephants use their tusks to defend themselves and their young. They definitely do. So it's their defense mechanisms. So they will use their tusks to defend the herd or defend their youngsters from predators and things like that. You 100% are correct. Well, you're asking, do I have any dangerous elephant stories to share? Um, Touch wood. Personally, I haven't really been in any very dangerous situations with elephants. Thank goodness. Um, Very grateful for that because, I mean, because of their size, they can be very dangerous. But I mean, over the years that I've been guiding, fortunately, I've been quite safe around elephants. But I mean, there has been one or two times where you do get into a situation where it's not too dangerous, but you never know if how your guests are going to react and things like that. Like we got surrounded once at a waterhole. I didn't know there was a herd coming behind us. We were watching a herd on the other side of the water, and another herd joined them from behind, and we were almost trapped in. There was one guest that was a little bit nervous, but I just tried to keep them as calm as possible. And for about 40 minutes, we were just inside this herd of elephants while they were drinking, which was afterwards a beautiful sighting, but at the time it was quite nerve-wracking. Telling you saying great to see them in their natural environment. It is always amazing to see them like this. Suppose longer we're saying what a lovely elephant sighting today at Okuguyo. It has been fabulous. I mean, it's actually been a really amazing 2 hour, 1 hour 45 minutes, because we've still got 15 minutes left. The sightings have been quite incredible. I'm very happy that I had some luck now coming back to live at the Waterhole. Cool. I think we've spent some good time with these couple of elephant bulls here at at Okuguyo. Why don't we head over to Old Donyu and see what's happening there? Ronald Taylor is saying that there was a leopard here a couple of nights ago. I think you're talking about Ukuguyu. That's pretty incredible. Glad you got to see that leopard. How beautiful to just enjoy this elephant. And Aldanya is always a lovely waterhole to be at. It's just a nice different camera angle. There's quite a lot of it's a lot younger elephant bull that we've seen has been around. Yeah, I mean, you look at the tusks, how much smaller they are. We are coming up towards the end of the show, so if you do have your last few questions or comments, you can send them through using the hashtag WildEarth on X, or you can join the conversation on the YouTube channel. It has been a fantastic 2 hours. Had some phenomenal sightings, interesting behaviors by those hyenas. I've enjoyed being back on live at the Waterhole. Dogman Lover is saying, I agree with you, Chad. Old Donye is a beautiful waterhole. Love watching one ton the Tusker Illy on here. Thank you, WildEarth, Africams, and Chad. It was great spending time here and enjoying the beautiful animals on all these cams. Enjoy your day. Stay safe. Thanks very much, Darkman Lover. I couldn't agree with you more. So it is a phenomenal waterhole. It's amazing to also have all these different cameras and different sightings that we are able to. So, once again, a shout out also to Africams for opening up all of these beautiful locations to us and to the viewers all around the world. So it has been a phenomenal time. Thanks everybody again for joining in. I do appreciate that. Thanks for your questions, and hopefully I will see you all soon. But enjoy the rest of your day. Thanks once again. Thanks very much, you too.
Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon, and welcome on board. Welcome here to the tent here in Djuma Private Game Reserve, where my name is Steve. Cameron is on camera, and this is on Safari. Hello everybody and good afternoon. Welcome to On Safari here, the highlight show from the last 24 hours of what's been happening in Djuma, and it's been quite exciting. There's been a few cats on the property and, well, we've been soaking it up. So just doing a little bit of reading on some of the wonderful books that have been put here in the tent since recent days, and I was also just enjoying a little bit of time with my two cool cats over here, the cool monkey who's trying to out-cool the honey badger, and I think he's doing quite well, don't you, Cam? That is a cool looking monkey. Now everybody, if you are new to the show, are you there you can see Cam in the reflection. If you're new to the show and this is your first time joining, well, welcome on board. Just bear in mind, we love to hear from you. Please do send through any comments and questions that you might have using the hashtag WildEarth, or throw them in on Twitter. On Twitter or on the YouTube chat stream. We would love to hear from you. We're basically going to be looking at a few highlights from yesterday afternoon and this morning, just to catch up those of you who might have missed them. Okay, so jumping right in. Yesterday afternoon, Cam and I went out after James did the On Safari, and well, we had a wonderful start to the afternoon with a herd of elephants and a very cheeky little elephant bull. We had this cheeky little boy coming up in front of us. It's the same thing happened last week, everybody. I cleaned the car, and what happened? Big elephant bull came and was throwing dust all over us. Now this cheeky little boy, he's going to use his tusk there to break the tree, but now he's just going to break it off with his mouth, because sometimes that's easier. He's a little bit of a piggy here. He wants to eat the branch and grab some leaves. He's showing us how big and strong he is. He's going to be a big boy. You can see how big his tusks are already. And he's cheeky. Did you have to come right up to us and throw that dust on us? Wasn't very nice. I spent a long time cleaning this car. Yeah. You are big and strong. I love them. I just love them. Here they are browsing. They can feed on both grasses and leaves, but they'll also feed on flowers and fruits. And as you saw with that one cheeky boy feeding on a stick, feeding on the bark of the tree. They're big enough to push trees over, and they feed on the roots. And with the tusks, you'll notice that he tried that boy, to break that stick. He didn't break it, he ended up pulling it off. They'll often use their tusks for breaking sticks or for gouging into the bark of trees. Such universal feeders, elephants. And while we got out yesterday afternoon, we saw a bull, came down to the water for a drink, and then the whole herd came out, lots of youngsters, lots of adults, some pregnant females, and we must have spent about an hour with them, Cam. About that, eh? Very, very special to spend time with elephants in the afternoon. They do capture my heart. They do capture, I think, many of your hearts back home. And, well, the elephant energy of late has been quite strong. So I do feel